those watching inside Ford Field in downtown Detroit. We're in quarter number 2, and it's the Lions who are in possession of the football. 2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. To throw is Goff. Incomplete, and we're down to 8 seconds now.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
2nd and 10. Goff, a handoff here to Swift. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, we'll get you back to you and Charles in a bit. But first, it's time for a trip around the NFL following an eventful opening weekend. Let's see what's happening in Week 2. We'll begin with the oldest rivalry in the NFL, dating all the way back to 1921. Green Bay hosting Chicago. And it's the Packers who are out in front in the second quarter. Amari Rodgers, 2 touchdown catches on the afternoon. From there, we head over to MetLife Stadium to check in on the Jets. And you can see they trail the visiting Buffalo Bills in that ball game. Josh Allen has thrown 2 touchdown passes. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they have the lead over the visiting Tennessee Titans. De'Ami Brown, a touchdown reception. With that, we take a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Vikings. And they weren't able to get a whole lot done throwing the football. That'll likely be a big key if they want to turn things around in the second half. Meanwhile, for the Lions, they too found some success throwing the football. But I think both teams would say there's room for improvement in the second half. Final adjustments being made in both locker rooms. They are just about set to get back to football in Detroit. And for the call of the second half, we'll kick it back up to Ford Field and Brandon Gott.
Thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this second half. Fielded just outside the goal line. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. Now on the return here, we've got an injured player down there. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
From the 28, it's 2nd and 5. They'll let the QB keep it here off the option. And for a second straight play, the Lion defense drops him behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. Back to throw here. And that will be incomplete. He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over it.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and the Lions will take over. So here are the Lions to take over. They've got the lead right now in this ball game, and they're on the heels of that nice win over the Packers. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Back to throw. Goff. Out to the left there and complete to the tight end, Hawkinson. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. The catch and run, good for 18 and a 1st down. A shotgun snap for Goff. And this one taken in by Cephas. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. It's a gain of 10 for the Lions and a first down. Gone. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete.
But listen, when you've got the lead, there's absolutely no sense trying to fit a ball in where you shouldn't. You can see the coaching in his head taking place on that play because he saw he had a receiver in the area. He just put it well over his head, out of harm's way.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. This Minnesota D up to the task on the 3rd down pass play. And his kick here is good. And the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7. So it was a 3-point lead at halftime, and they double that with a field goal here.
And I think defensively, you've got to be okay with that because you've kept this game within a touchdown. Your hope is that you've inspired your offense to put a drive together, get in the end zone themselves, and hopefully get you the lead.
And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
That time on the outside, pretty nice job as a cornerback to shed any would-be blockers and make the tackle.
You think about the praise we're giving him, what his coaches are giving, but how about the respect he gets from his teammates to be a complete corner who doesn't just cover receivers, but also tackles ball carriers.
Here's 2nd and 10. And I think the ball's out, but this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. 0 turnovers in this game so far. The trend continues, but barely. Offense lucky that one went out of bounds.
Yeah, they're very fortunate because when a game's going along like this one and neither side has turned the ball over, sometimes that first one can really flip things to their advantage in this type of a game.
And that almost intercepted. Oh, they would have loved to have their first pick of the game right there, but at least it does get them to 4th down. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. A 40-yard punt, no return, and out will come the offense as they take over. Now the Lions offense, they get ready to head back out there. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Here's Goff. And he's got it. What a catch on the sideline. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. Give him 32 on the play.
That's a great job of working the sideline right there. I love how he tracked the football the whole way, just reached up and pulled it in, had excellent field presence to understand where he was in order to make that play happen.
So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. To the air again. Goff. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
And he manages a couple here down to about the 38-yard line. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. Goff now looking to throw. And that's knocked away and incomplete. Here's Bradley Pinion now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. Now the Vikings offense gets set to take over here. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Other team, right now what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. And he will lose yardage on the play, back at his own 19-yard line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I see him shaking the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
Well, the passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw.
Got an open man finding Jefferson.
And he will finally be taken down, but not before he reaches the 38.
A very nice job right there, working the middle of the field, able to create some separation and then utilize it to not just make the catch, but turn upfield once he got the ball in his hands.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. They're going to look to throw. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes.
This big Trey Flowers getting in there that time for the sack.
I know there'll be a little bit of criticism there because they went right back to the air after the huge pickup and ended up getting sacked. That's often a play that you make. You feel like you've got momentum on your side.
Unfortunately, the O-line failed to hold up to try to keep that momentum going.
And this one nearly intercepted. Boy, that would have been a great time for their first pick. But instead, it's 3rd down.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
Certainly appeared to take away his first target. The coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. And this ball's going to be down now right at the 10-yard line. Good spot. Getting set to go again here on offense. Jared Goff trots back onto the field. And right now, probably just one thing in his mind. It's getting back to the hot start because he's really faded.
And ordinarily when that happens, the quarterback, as you know, is usually the leader of the squad. Now there's probably a silent camaraderie that comes around him saying, hey, guess what? We got you. Don't worry about it. Let's go, big fella. Because they know more times than not, he tends to pick things up, and they tend to play well.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
3rd quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10.
Goff now looks to throw.
He gets this complete to Cephas.
And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. He's up to 70 yards receiving now as that last catch gets him a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 27-yard line.
They'll fake the give. Now Goff. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
DeAndre Swift, the intended receiver that time.
And it's 2nd down.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
Again, Goff.
He's going to get that to Swift underneath.
They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it could turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
And this pass broken up.
And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. It's a 45-yard punt, just a 1-yard return. And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10.
Minnesota's offense takes over possession.
The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
So that one just a little touch pass, but it paid off quite handsomely.
Yeah, and let's face it, the quarterback loves it because it pads his stats as a completed pass for nice yardage downfield. But I like the way they get the receiver in motion. It's almost like he's running a route before he gets the football because he's got a full head of steam when the ball is popped in his direction.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. They'll look to throw here.
And this one nearly intercepted. Boy, that would have been a great time for their first pick. But instead, it's 3rd down.
And they'll need to get to the 35 if they want to keep this drive going on 3rd down. It's complete to Cook. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Well, make that now 2 completions for him on this drive, and these aren't ordinary completions. They're big ones.
Yeah, these are the types that make a secondary talk to each other and not in a good way, oftentimes pointing fingers. Hey, who's got him? Someone cover him. That type of indecision can open up to even more big plays.
They'll run with Cook. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Tight end Irv Smith, the intended receiver. But now it's 3rd and goal. Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. And he's going to score. It's a Viking touchdown. Kene Nwangu. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Vikings have tied it. They can grab the lead with a PAT.
CD, it seemed like they were so focused on the guys out wide, they forgot about him out of the backfield.
That's a really good point because you've got to communicate, and oftentimes when you start counting receivers, that's exactly what you do. You start from the widest receiver, work your way inside. Who gets lost sometimes? The back in the backfield. That's exactly what happened there.
And he got into the end zone. And Ballantyne going to sit on this one. That'll be a touchback.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football. 6, 7 yards on 1st down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating 1st downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now Goff. And he will find his man on the outside. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. They should have got more out of that, though. He was wide open.
I love how emphatic you are with that call because that's exactly what I was thinking. Wide open in the flat. Give him a ball that he can use to get upfield with, not just catch and go over the sideline. They cost themselves some yardage there.
He'll drop this one off to Swift.
And he's going to have the Lions 1st down, and he was able to get it by plenty. A gain of 8 on 3rd and 3. The drive stays alive. A 3rd down gain of 8. On 1st and 10, Goff.
Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
We've got to give out a little applause on that play. It has to go to the defense. More good work by them. They've taken away the passing lanes all game long, and you can see the frustration that it's causing because he just about threw that one into the first row.
He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. 3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down. Here's Bradley Pinion now, as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. And he'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. And the football going back to the Vikings offense. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. 2nd and 9. From the gun, it's a give to Cook. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. And the Lions going with an extra DB here on 3rd down. They'll drop to throw. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. Levi Onwuzurike coming in to drop it for a loss of 8. And it also brings up 4th. The Vikings send out their punter as he'll come on to kick this one away. Powering forward, still going. A 40-yard punt, 1 yard on the return, and possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. So out now come the Lions. Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a 4th quarter lead. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now it's gone. And he's going to be taken down. Goff is sacked. The defensive end, Danielle Hunter, drops him.
When you see a quarterback retreating away from the line of scrimmage toward the other goal line like that, usually doesn't end well.
You're exactly right about that. Normally, if they're moving from side to side, they've got a chance maybe to get back upfield. He was trying to...
Under pressure, they got him again. Danielle Hunter picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Okay, let's go back a little bit and see if my schooling comes to the front. What's that old saying? Those who forget the lessons of history are doomed to repeat them. That's the same guy who's gotten back-to-back sacks. I think a double team may be in order.
Now on 3rd and forever, he'll look to throw.
He'll find Swift out of the backfield.
And he'll get it up a little shy of the 15. They'll spot him down at the 14-yard line. They do get 7 out of that, but not enough to prevent a 4th down. Here's Bradley Pinion now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. That's taken inside his own 40. It's a 43-yard punt, a return of 5, and the offense will take over with a new set of downs. And the Vikings now heading on to the field. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a 1-score game. And you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets 1st downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those 1st downs, keep possession of the football.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10.
Cook now off the read option.
And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. They lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
And this is why the head coach gets paid the big bucks. Look at where they are in this situation, partner. Do you throw the ball here in a long-distance situation? Do you run it again and trust your defense and make sure you take care of the ball and punt it away? What kind of options do you have here, and what do you trust more on your team?
Yeah, they may have just pushed him back into that throwing situation. We'll see. Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete. The Vikings send out their punter as he's on here to punt it away. And a fair catch call for and made just outside the 15-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt.
Time for another look at this Lions offense.
And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency. Move the ball at least a few times on offense. Get a couple of first downs.
He rifles one that's intercepted. William Jackson with a pick.
So this is something we didn't see at all from this offense in the victory last week. That's a turnover. They didn't have any, but giving the ball away here in the opening quarter.
I love the surprise in your voice because it's exactly what you stated. Didn't see it last week, but it's a key to their win. And it'll be a key to this game as well, protecting the football. Didn't get it done there.
Minnesota now ready for their next possession. And they begin in a glorious spot, to say the least. 1st and goal at the 2-yard line.
So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up.
Cook.
And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up 2nd. They try again with Cook. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota.
Dalvin Cook, his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Vikings are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Well, we have seen the stiff arm get a bit of renaissance here in recent seasons, and that was pure strength there as he forced his way into the end zone.
And when you think of guys who use the stiff arm so effectively, I go back to guys like Earl Campbell, Walter Payton, some recent guys like Marshawn Lynch. Let's go to the Wayback Machine. Bronco Nagurski, he dealt out a wicked stiff arm.
Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away.
Valentine opting not to return it, and his guys will have it at the 25.
Marching back out there, ready for the next possession. Here comes the Vikings defense. And the interception the last time they were out there ended up leading to a touchdown.
So the only thing they didn't get really was the pick 6, because that's what everyone wants. Take it immediately to the end zone, but their offense capitalized on the takeaway and turned it into the 6 points they were looking for.
Yeah, set them up pretty, got the touchdown. Now they're back out there defensively. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive.
That's complete to Swift out of the backfield.
And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. First play of the drive in their hip pocket. Of course, the focus here has to be the touchdown and the 2-point conversion. Field goals are going to help you.
Yeah, but how about that first play of the drive? Just to get them started, nice gain, got some positive momentum going. They're on their way, and they don't have to rush.
And it looks like this will be the last play before the 2-minute warning. 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line. Now Goff on 1st down. He's going to loft it deep right sideline. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. They come up on a 2nd down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down to the wire. Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
He'll get this into the hands of Swift once again.
And he's going to have the Lions 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. It's an 11-yard pickup. Thought they'd run it on 3rd and 1. Not the case.
On this one, incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it.
And it's second down. Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. Goff now to throw. Throws this one right side to Pascal. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. Now Goff. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he is going to have the Lions first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Goff. The Lions passing game in sync now. They've got another first down. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's into the end zone. No flags. It's a touchdown. And now a 2-point conversion. And we'll be tied here in the final minute.
They have one big call left. Here we go. The touchdown's massive, but now they've got to have 2 to possibly take this to overtime.
The late touchdown was only half the battle. Now they need the 2-point conversion to tie the ball game. Now it's Goff. And he will get in. The 2-point conversion is good. And we may be on our way to overtime. Still time to work with on the clock, but they wanted the tie now, and they got it.
And I love their aggressiveness. Go ahead and get it done. Get the game tied. Now your team has the momentum, and you're staring across the field saying, let's see if you can match us.
And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And with time a factor here late, he'll just take a knee, and they'll put it out to the 25. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. They have a little bit of time here to get into field goal range. Not much. In a tie game, you don't want to do anything crazy, right?
I agree with you on that one. Risk reward, okay? If you go for it, what is the absolute reward on this? But the risk is probably greater. Run the clock out, get to overtime, and try and win.
And got his man complete. And all the way down to the 35. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the game. So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook. And a solid run down inside the 30. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. And we are set for a great finish as that timeout comes in with 2 seconds to go in this football game. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left. And the kick is good. The young rookie coming through like a 10-year vet. And it'll be a fun time in the Twin Cities tonight. The Vikings win it. So the final seconds have ticked away in this Minnesota victory. And I tell you, these division games, never for the faint of heart, but they come through with a tight victory here on the road.
And you find yourself working harder in a game like this too, don't you?
Yeah,
because you got to stay with it, right? You got to stay with it. You got to stay locked in. It's our type of a game. And you just mentioned it. Division game, on the road, tight, and they find a way to win it. Way to hunker down, as my old coach used to say, and find your way through.
So for the Vikings, they did what they needed to do. They split their first 2 road games of the year. And they'll head back home next week to take on the Chicago Bears. Meanwhile, for Detroit, they will fall to 1-1. And they'll look to get back in the winning column next week as they head to Foxborough to face off against the New England Patriots.